The a-hole for refusing to pay for my stepdaughter's wedding because her real daddy is the one that's gonna walk her down the aisle. So let me tell you guys about my stepdaughter, all right? She wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle. Now let me give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter. She just graduated from university, which I paid for. Now, she went to an in-state university, but it still cost me about $40,000. Now, I also bought her a car. I bought her a car straight after high school. That way she could go back and forth to school. I bought her a car. She still lives with me and her mother. She does not have a job. Now, she's set to be married on August the 8th. And for the past 6 months, that's all her mother been talking about doing. Being occupied with, being consumed most of their time. Now, her daddy, he don't contribute to not 1 cent on her. Not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because, she didn't fight for that.
This is why channel like mine or bigger channels, right, will always say that you have to understand what are the consequences of getting with a single mom. What is there to look out for when you decide to date or even marry a single mother? Because things like that, it always comes with you will have all the responsibilities and none of the benefits. In more cases than none, in my opinion, right? Or at least, you know what, you should just be cautious and knowing the negatives, right? Rather than coming in it thinking about the positives. Is that here's a situation where a man marrying a single mother, he's in a situation where he provided, he took care of, he raised, I guess, a daughter of hers, her daughter. So now it's at this case where he believes that he will, because he's been a part of her life, he's now paying for her wedding, right? That he should have the benefits that come with it. But no, one, he's not even walking her down the aisle. She wants her biological dad to. Two, he really doesn't even have a say in the wedding that he's paying for. So you have all the responsibilities of the wedding, of your stepdaughter's wedding, but none of the benefits that come out. So you are expected to be a father, but have none of the powers or, benefits of being a father. And this is what men try to give advice to other men about, where this is what happens, right? You should know this before coming into that kind of situation. I believe that he didn't have the boundaries. He didn't have the boundaries, and he was deluded in thinking that, okay, she will now treat me like I'm her biological dad, or I'm equal to her biological dad. But in turn, at the end of the day, this is what is a high likelihood to happen, where she still views you as, really no one special, or not on the equal terms of her biological dad, who may or may not even been a big contributor in her life. But still, they have the view of like, a biological dad and a stepdad are different, And
I guess that's just what the settlement was. And he only around to make promises. I do that for you. I do this for you, and then take off. And then she'd be heartbroken. But she adores her father, right? So, like I said, she's set to be married in August. And the wedding venue, I told them they can have it in my home. The wedding venue can hold about 250 people, right? Now I said, hey, I got a list of 20 people that I want to come to the wedding. I'm paying for this at my house. I want these 20 people to come. Do y'all know Saturday, I see one of my friends at the golf course, right? He's supposed to come to the wedding. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna see you at the wedding, right? He said, I only got an announcement. I didn't get an invite. I'm like, nah. I'll let my girlfriend and stepdaughter know to send out the invitations on these few people, and you're supposed to get an invite. He said, I got something, but it was an announcement. So we walked to his car because I want to check, right? And sure enough, it was an announcement.
It's a weird and maybe a sad thing that this man seems like he's I don't know if I call it a high value man, but he seems like a well-off man. And yet he he still thought it was logical in dealing with a single mother. All the power to him. Men do what you want. But at the end of the day, then, I think you are the a-hole. Because, really, you chose to be in that situation, right? I think, especially nowadays, most men understand the consequences of being with a single mother. So if you understand the consequences, or you should, and then you still do it, well, who's there to blame? You. You chose to be in the situation. She didn't force you. You chose it. I think it's ridiculous that a man of his caliber didn't think that it was more logical to, you know what, create your own family instead of blending a family in. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the mother was really good looking and whatever, whatever attracted him. But I think it's now that you are in it, your resources is used on a woman and a child that you don't benefit from, really. I mean, you may benefit from the mother, right? But now you have a child that you have given resources to, but she doesn't value you as a provider or as her stepfather or father, right? So this is why people in the animal kingdom, that's why like in the animal kingdom or other people saying that, like, it is not logical to provide for another man's child, because at the end of the day, it is not your child. It is not. So you're not passing on your legacy. So really, it has really, and they will show you that a lot of times children can show you that, you know what, you are not their father. You are not their parent. And this is what he's living in. And I'll say this, it shows him like a low value personality or trait where he thought this was a good thing. And all power to him where he's trying to be a good guy, but it shows him that he wasn't being very logical in his actions, thinking that it was a good idea to raise another man's child. That's it.
So I went and talked to my girlfriend and said, "Did you invite those 20 people to the wedding that I told you about?" Man, she didn't invite none of them. She said 250 people was a little tight, and I don't think we can get your 20 people in there. Man, I was pissed. And the people that were supposed to come, they pissed as well. Then she gonna say, if any of the people that we already invited don't RSVP, then we'll get some of your people in here. I'm like, what? Man, that's crazy, man. Don't even worry about it, man. I'll just be mad. All right? So now, the crazy part about it is, when I check the invitations, they don't even have my name on them. They have her real daddy and her on the invitation that I paid for. I paid for these invitations. How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on there? Cool. Couple days later, I'm hosting the venue at my house, hosting the wedding family at my house, okay? It's me, stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents, right? Trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up, my stepdaughter's real daddy. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. He probably just coming to the wedding, right? But tell me why my stepdaughter proceeds to stand up and announce that her real daddy is giving her away at the wedding. What? The wedding that I'm paying for, in my house, the daddy don't do nothing for you, is giving you away? And they were just so happy and smiling. Yay, great. Inside, I was fuming. Inside, I wanted to cry or punch somebody. Probably wanted to do both, honestly. So I took that time to stand up and give a toast as well. I said, I owe the groom and the bride a deep debt of gratitude because they have opened my eyes tonight. Oh, everybody at the table was just smiling. They have let me know that my position in this family is not what I thought it was. Oh, you should have saw the frowns, man. Now they mad. It done got serious. I let them know I am not the godfather or, the head of the family that I thought I was, the loved one that would be seeked out in times of need. Nah. I realized I'm an ATM. Yeah. So since I have been replaced as host of the wedding, I shall be relinquishing, giving my financial duties to the new host, and I will back out monetarily. Yeah. Yep. Now, after the announcement, a whole lot of snickering was going on around the table, right? A lot of mumbling, but they didn't say anything to me. Nobody addressed me now. Now, later that night, tell me why my girlfriend gonna come to me talking about how I'm ruining so much, how I'm ruining so much for backing out, and how her daughter ain't gonna have her dream wedding, and how her daughter ain't this and that. Okay, well, it's apparent that I'm not family in this family. So the family should take care of it, right? That's my stepdaughter. I mean, it ain't even my stepdaughter, really. It's my girlfriend. I just happen to be around her for the last 10 years. But tell me why the next day, my girlfriend trying to show me how much I'm ruined, right? She takes me to where they planning the wedding, and the wedding planner showed me, all the things they got going down, everything they got set up. I look at the venue. They got some father-daughter dances, right? 3 songs. All of them cater to her real dad, not me. I looked at the food they got. 2 of the dishes got stuff I'm allergic to in it. I just started laughing. Like, they want me to pay for this? His name on it, not mine. His songs, not mine. The food, I can't eat the food. And the 20 people out of 250 that I wanted, they can't even come in my house? Wow. Okay. It's wild, man. So I went on ahead and let her know I will not be there, and neither will my money. Yeah. And they would no longer be at my house either. And you would no longer be at my house or your daughter. Because, yeah, I'm not family. I'm not even important enough to be put up on the brochure. It's crazy, man. Yeah.
I don't think I said his wife or anything, but if I did, that was wrong. But it's not even, I forgot, right? Because it's not even his stepdaughter. It's just, he's been with her for 10 years, so he feels like he's a father because he's been providing for her for 10 years. I'm glad that he's waking up at the end, but you just wasted 10 years of your time, your life, your resources. So 10 years worth of resources you waste on a child that didn't even value you, right? Value your opinions, value your presence, just value you, period. Because like he said, all these things that now even the mother agreed with, like, food that he's allergic to, people that's not invited that he wanted invited, he's not part of the dance and all that stuff. His girlfriend was fine with that. So that shows you that this is the type of women that are the single mothers that you are trying to get with. That I believe, and I'll say it, single mothers will always put you as the next man down on the totem pole. You will not be a priority. And this is what I want men to realize, right? Or take from this, is that I'm not saying you to not date a single mother, right? They're fine, right? I've dated single mothers too. But it's that, one, know the consequences that can happen, that more than likely will happen from dating one. And 2, set your boundaries. I believe that you should be a priority. Maybe not the first priority, but at least second, in my opinion. Because it's just, if you're not taking into consideration, why are you putting your time and effort into someone that don't care that much about you? That you're not that close to her first thought. That's why I want to say that you have to have, at the end of the day, you have to think about yourself, how you feel, how you're treated, right? Because you think like this, you may not be her priority, but her kids better be one of your priorities. Her kids, her happiness, her life better be probably your top priority. It is a high likelihood that she will expect that her and her kids be a top priority, like providing, right? Providing. So, come into those relationships with a good, strong state of mind.
I'm confused. Didn't Kanye tell you he wanted to be around his kids? Wasn't it you making it difficult for him to do that? Oh, sis, you're gonna be all right. Your baby daddy live across the street. He bought the house across the street. He pays a kidney in child support every month. Oh, let's not forget your $1.2 billion net worth. Oh, you will be fine. You can afford some help. There's women out here literally raising children alone. I mean, really alone. Without even any type of financial backing. And you crying yourself asleep at night because you're dealing with 4 different personalities? Alone? By choice? Ma'am, you ain't even got to do all that. Let's circle back to the fact that your baby daddy bought the house across the street. You could have had help. You just don't want his help. Looks like there seems to be a little regret, huh?